The Verdansk Nuke event is getting closer and closer. Season 3 is also literally just around the corner. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. I already made a video on what to expect in Season 3, but today we will be going over what to expect with the Nuke event that's going to be happening on the 21st of April, which is this Wednesday, and also everything that we can expect from the Verdansk map and where it will go from there. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, like the video. As always, we are 100 subscribers away from hitting 15,000, so thank you all so much. And season 3 is literally around the corner, so there's a bunch of content to be making on that. And also on top of all of that, we will be also streaming the event on Wednesday. Prior to that, we'll be vibing on some Warzone. Not my kind of content, but might as well attempt it. And also, if you noticed and I sound a bit different, that's because your boy got a new mic, so hope it sounds good. Anyway, the first thing I want to talk about is obviously the event and when it'll be taking place. I already mentioned it is the 21st of April. We don't exactly have a time, but I'm guessing it will be around the time zone whenever you could say the item shops usually change. So that's like 7 p.m. GMT +1 for me. Every other obviously country will have different zones, but I feel like it'll be around that time. I hope it's not really early on in the day because everybody, you know, either people are sleeping, go to college, school, or just won't even have time. It's probably best to do it around the time when they usually later in the day, and especially since it's on a weekday, it kind of is, you know, colliding with some things. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is, if you don't know, the map itself got leaked like 2 to 3 weeks ago. I've seen the trailer. There was like a leaked unfinished trailer for it, where honestly, seeing an unfinished trailer like that, it's kind of really amusing because it just looks so bad. There's no music, there's no effects, some of the cuts are weird, and the, you know, CGI, whatever they use, it's kind of bad. You could probably still find it out there. I will try to link it down in the description. If you go on Reddit and just look up Warzone Verdansk 1980, you could probably find it. And that's the thing with this trailer, it's showing a map that's not new, it's just showing a revamped Verdansk, which I feel like obviously everybody that's here already knows about this. It's kind of disappointing. A lot of people and a lot of leaks were kind of hinting at the possibility of seeing Ural Mountains, which would be a combination of all of the Fire Team Dirty Bomb maps from Cold War into one big thing, making like a blackout looking map, since most of the maps are more brighter than Verdansk, or you could say Modern Warfare, which I definitely prefer more. So it's kind of disappointing we're going to be hopping back into a dull looking map, even though that's one thing I want to mention. From the trailer that I saw and the clips of the gameplay and some screenshots that we have around the place, there will be an orangish, brownish, yellowish tint to it. So if you hop into, for example, the map Rebirth Island, which is the Alcatraz map that we have as an alternative, you know, obviously the smaller version of Warzone that you have, it has this orangish, yellowish, brownish tint to it, and that's what we're going to have in Verdansk now. So I guess it won't be fully dull, but this color is still kind of weird. I prefer a more vibrant map, a little bit more, you know, on the different style, but I guess we're just hopping into another map that just looks basically the same with some things changed, which is another topic I want to talk about. The map will be very similar. I've seen screenshots of some of the locations, and the only difference I can tell you about that I can see is some communist flags being put up here and there, and I'm pretty sure since we have a little teaser in the superstore right now in Verdansk, the map will be kind of concentrating around the Olympics, the 1980 Olympics in Verdansk, I guess. The map itself and the location is based on a real city called Donetsk City. I don't know if I pronounced that wrong. I'm an Eastern European, but trying to pronounce that is a pretty difficult word. But basically that is where Infinity Ward and Activision based Verdansk off of, and we can kind of get a fair idea of what some of the map locations will look like, especially the stadium, since if you kind of look up the city name, yeah, and 1980 stadium, it looks a lot like the thing that we saw in the trailer, so that would be pretty cool. And even the nowadays stadium that's in there right now in real life looks a lot like the Verdansk stadium that we have in Verdansk right now in the present day, obviously without the explosion at the top and it being slightly destroyed, you know, because it's destroyed. But that's the interesting thing. So if you, for example, go and look at Donetsk city in 1980, I guess we could look at some of those things and kind of have a fair idea of what the map will look like. Now, the other interesting thing is according to the rumors and leaks, we're going to be getting a combination of Ural Mountain things in that map, which is, you know, cool and all, but it's still going to be basically the same map. You could call it the way, I don't know, you could look at the small little updates we've had in Verdansk where they added a train station system underground. They added a train scene. I guess they opened up the stadium. Basically small little things, but with map changes. Obviously the battle royale that I can think of to my head is back in the day Fortnite, or even right now it does this most of the time, where each season they just change a huge part of it. You could call it this way. Verdansk 1980, it'll just be like the same map, but just changed very much. And we're going to be getting a combination of some of those Euro mounted locations. From what I heard, is going to be Duga, which is the brand new map that actually just got teased for Outbreak, which is another Fireteam Dirty Bomb map. It's basically based on a campaign mission, which is one of the endings for the campaign. There's like multiple different ones. It depends on which one you choose. And obviously, from what we could see in the trailer, as I keep mentioning, the stadium's going to be different. The dam is going to be different. I don't think there's going to be any like winter. So obviously, I think it's based on like Summer Olympics, not, you know, Winter Olympics. So it'll be melted snow from my understanding. And from what I've seen, some people have little bugs here and there in game as well. So some locations that have like huge trees, they have like tiny little ones. So I guess that's a cool thing that they're gonna do. And another interesting thing is we don't exactly know when this is being set, because in the lore of Verdansk, during 1980, during the Cold War itself, Verdansk got kind of destroyed in a way. It was, you know, being built, I think, and then destroyed and then rebuilt. So since it's being built right now, I don't know when it's being set, because it's very confusing. Because if they're going to be destroying this, there's still potential that we are going to be getting a second map, which is Euro mounted. It's very confusing. I'll be honest, very confusing. We're just gonna have to wait and see how it plays out. But about the event itself, so we know that it's going to have something to do with zombies and the nukes. I know that this event leaked in detail a few months ago, but I'm trying to stay away from that, and I recommend for you to, you know, go and experience it. Kind of excited. An event, you know, haven't had one since like Black Ops Cold War announcement in, what was it, like September, August. It's been a while. But this event has been postponed and like announced, and just non-stop something happening to it for a very long time. And I feel like it's very interesting that, you know, towards the end of Warzone Verdansk present day cycle, zombies are starting to take over it. So there's like an actual apocalypse happening. Very weird where this story's going, but from the leaks of the next Call of Duty and obviously Verdansk 1980, we're just getting a huge kind of change of Verdansk. I think we're just gonna keep going back and back and back and back. No idea where Modern Warfare is going with their storyline of having zombies in Warzone. It's very confusing, but I think the zombies will definitely have something huge involved with the event. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the nukes are just gonna, you know, nuke Verdansk because of the zombies. So that's cool, you know, whatever. And in other news, we're going to be getting like, you know, huge buffs, nerfs to certain weapons. The Rose skin, which is one that I never got to get in season 5, and it's a very, you know, invisible skin, is going to be getting some kind of different style to her, as in not an option to put on, but they're just gonna change her look to be more visible in shadows, since it's basically invisible, which is, you know, thank God that they're finally doing that. And aside from that, there's no other information. Some of my theories are that obviously we are going to be getting the new map, or just a revamp of Verdansk, and then we're going to be getting potential Ural Mountains in season 4. Fingers crossed. I just want a totally new map. Just give me totally new stuff. But if you guys enjoyed this video, this is more of like a conversation and just like a breakdown of all the information that we've had and everything that might be coming out and some of my theories here and there. And be sure to drop a like on the video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Going to be streaming the event and a bunch of zombie stuff and multiplayer stuff, and I guess Warzone stuff, since I have some video ideas, will be coming out whenever season drops, which is I think the 22nd, or it could just drop straight away after the event. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed. Hope the new Mac sounds way better, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.